everyone. So, Bunnies of out walking chorizo. So Nick has joined me today, but we're actually really excited to be able to show you this before it's officially out. So this is the Carcass Front box set from the Trench Crusade team, or Factory Fortress, right? So if you're not familiar with Trench Crusade,
it's a small-scale skirmish war game that kind of a real dark and gritty setting. A lot going on there, a lot of fun religious themes, crusades and all that, but in kind of a World War One-y sort of setting. It really, the name sums it up super well, I think. It's trenches and crusades, right? Like,
so this box will officially be out by the end of the month. You are seeing this a couple of weeks early, just because, again, the Trench Crusade team was super awesome. They sent to us ahead of time. We'll also be doing a couple of videos, so if you're interested, let me know. But this will just be a simple unboxing to show you guys what to expect when you pick up your own box, what's inside of it, and then more importantly, kind of touch on some of the cool stuff that if you're starting for the first time, you know why you want to pick it up. Like, it's really hard sometimes to know whether a game is for you, because you can have all these people that have invested so much time and so much like effort into painting their models, into kit bashing, into learning the lore. They put everything here to make it so that if you're a new player, you can just start, right? You can start and you can jump into the deep end if you really, really want to.
yeah, like it says on it, this is a narrative campaign box, but it's really a starter set. And, you know, there's a bunch of things in it for more experienced players, I think, as we looking at the back of the box, the spoilers here.
Yeah.
But there's also, they've meant it for, my understanding is for people that have never even played a war game before. This is all new to them, but they like the vibe of Trench Crusade, want to jump in. Like, this is apparently the thing, which we're going to find out today as we open it up.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, it's a great way of not just getting you Trench Crusade, but getting you into miniature hobbyists as a whole. Because it's, like you said, it's a narrative campaign box. So we can play it just a one-off, or we can get a group of our friends to play it and have this grand story between all of us that is always just really fun, right?
Yeah, that's the dream, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Let's crack it open.
Check it out.
Do you want to do the honors?
Let's, you know, we'll divide and conquer.
Divide and conquer? All right.
And we'll go over here and pull this off, and easy.
So, I got that side, you got that side?
Okay, let's open this up. Let's see what we got here.
Ooh, it's tight.
Yep, we're gonna have to jostle this a bit. Sorry, folks. You know, a great way to open these. This is...
I mean, probably we'll have one person open it. When I get a box of just anything, I want to just tear it apart. But one of the things that I think Trench Crusade does super, super well is the art that they do is just genuinely just really fun. I don't have a use for the box after we take this, but I might just keep the box. And
it's beautiful art. Yeah, Trench Crusade. Yeah, consistently amazing art. Yep.
I mean, absolutely. That's there's something in here that we'll get to when we get to it. But the books, the illustrations that are in it, if they're consistent with the stuff that we've seen from them already, I am just excited for all the inspo that's going to come out of them. But let's talk about the sprues. Okay, so in case you didn't know, Trench Crusade originally was a 3D printed game. So they released a bunch of STLs. You would require, like, you would need to have someone, either yourself or a buddy, to print them for you. You assemble them, you play, and you go. They dabbled, I think now, with 3 kits that they've done in plastic that you could purchase before, but this is their first 2-player, like, starter sets, 2-player sets that come with all plastic miniatures. There's no resin in here, there's nothing. If you are familiar with plastic kits, they are going to function almost exactly the same. They are going to be super, super sturdy, super, like, well made. Like, you can take a look at the sprues. They are chunky sprues. Like, I love the fact that all the pieces are just nice and beefy. I don't feel like there's anything super flimsy that if I touch it, I'm gonna break it. Even this, like, the tip of that sword, I can put some pressure on it, and it will bend. I mean, it's plastic, right? It's not gonna be invincible, but it is taking quite a bit of force, and it still springs back. It's still nice and sturdy. I'm not gonna be super afraid of having this chorizo, and that boy destroys everything. The sprues themselves, once again, like, the previous set that they did, the level of detail that they have in the sprues, the level of options that you get are also just really, really solid. Honestly, exactly what I expect from them.
Yeah. So we have bases. That looks like some leper pilgrim business.
This is definitely leper pilgrim business. I see some of the scythes, some of the fun wooden shields. I mean, honestly, Nick, why don't you, like, you're more of the, I mean, you are the storyteller, right? Like, you know the lore more and better than I do. Can you tell us anything about the two factions that we have here in the box?
Yeah. So there's two warbands in here. This one, here's the leader, Sprue looks like. There's some more there, is the Procession of the Sacred Affliction. Their whole thing is they are a sub-faction of the Trench Pilgrims faction, who are kind of the unwashed mobs of the Crusade, who are, you know, very filled with fervor of the faith and aren't particularly organized or have, you know, strict backing of the church. And so they in particular, though, believe that the Sacred Affliction is that, like, God has afflicted them with leprosy or other diseases, and through suffering and pain, they can bring the fight to the legions of hell that are assailing them, and they feel that they are stronger through their illness. And so, yeah, aesthetically, they have a lot of bandages and obviously lots of holy symbols, including these millstones that you can see, that they, you know, it's kind of the weight of their sins, and that they will also try and crush sinners with, which is a lot of fun. But yeah, there's lots of cool stuff you can do painting wise and all that for assembling them. Yeah,
I mean, absolutely. That's honestly, like, that's the first thing that when I saw the images in the back, I immediately went, oh, you can get really gnarly with the skin tones. You can go something has like freshly burned skin or just rotting gray. I'm super excited for. And then I also see a couple of chains, which, I mean, it's Trench Crusade, you're gonna see chains everywhere, but specifically I see some naval stuff onto this.
Yeah, so the other warband is the Heretic Naval Raiders. And so in Trench Crusade, the legions of hell marching about have basically full naval superiority around Europe, and it seems like maybe the rest of the world as well. A big part of that is these raiders who pretty exclusively wear diving suits as their armor, and so you can see some of their bulkiness on these sprues here. So, and yeah, so their whole thing is, they'll come up to various coastal settlements, all of that, and just like march or, you know, dive down past any defenses and then march right up the beach and suddenly be pillaging and attacking all that. And so they have real like steampunk pirate kind of vibes with their diving bells and diving suits.
They have so many, like, there's so many cool diving bells in here. I just saw a shark.
Yep. There's a few, there's some cool lore about how they're all connected to Leviathan and these other terrifying creatures of the ocean, and so they'll just attach sharks that they've hunted onto their armor as they stomp around and stuff. So they're very much the bad guys of these two groups. Of the lepers have their own thing going on. But
well, I mean, bad guy is subjective. They're all slightly tainted. But
these ones are actively following demons, so that's their thing.
These are the demonic ones, right?
Yes, very much so. And so I can already see some cool bits in here for all of them and their minis.
Yeah, absolutely. And we should mention that each faction, before we touch on these two, each faction is going to get 2 big sprues and then a small command sprue. So you will not only have like all the minis that you need, but you also end up with several other bits that you can either trade with each other and just kit bash that way, or just use them for your own stuff. I think that's really fun. If it's just the box is just for you, you end up having, in just minis alone, you have 6 wonderful sprues that I think are really good.
Yep.
And then we also have 2 extra sprues.
Yeah, taking a look at these. So this one has the various blood markers and other indications to actually play Trench Crusade. Looks like the measuring stick as well, and so if you haven't played a war game before, having these little markers to remind you of like, oh, this unit is this kind of injured or has this special ability, or here's an aid I have to measure. You know, is this guy in range of my gun of my other one? That kind of thing. Those things are super helpful to have as reminders. And so there's a bunch here that look really cool, and they're a different color, make it real easy to be like, hey, these ones are for the game and not. Well, if you want to work them into your minis, I mean, do what you want. Yeah.
It's also nice because, like, so theoretically, the hobby is you build something, you paint it, and then you play with it, right? But if you don't want to paint them, you have the markers in a color that's going to stand out. It's going to be visible on the table. you'll see them. I still do highly recommend that you paint your minis though, but at least the markers that you're gonna have, they're great. The fact that they include a ruler means that you don't have to go out and buy like a measuring stick or anything else. So it's already there, it's already baked in. And then in the other sprue, you get some terrain. So I know from looking at the back of the box that these are going to be sea mines as well as tank traps. So these are big like spikes that you can just put on the table to build a little bit of terrain, which is great. I mean, any terrain is always just really fun. Any thematic terrain is always like, I love it.
Oh yeah.
But not everyone's going to have a very big board that you can make or the space for it.
Sure.
So just some terrain that you can toss, make the game a little bit more enjoyable. I think it's really fun.
I have big rules for those sea mines somewhere in here. We'll see.
Yeah.
Let's check out what else we got in here.
First thing is we get dice.
Always cool.
You get all the dice that you're going to need for 2 players.
Yeah.
Color coded as well, so that they are easy to be able to tell apart, which is always great.
Yep. Also different sizes too, so you can roll them for different things. Well, this will be my injury dice, or whatever else you want to do. Yep.
No, exactly. Perfect.
And then the assembly guide looks like, so you just scan the QR code and then it'll come up with instructions for you to build the minis and all of that. Looking at those sprues, they looked actually pretty straightforward to build, honestly, but I would still, you want to look at the instructions. Yeah.
I mean, I would say, I honestly, the part that I like the best is that they took the back of what would be a card that you would normally throw away, because it's just instruction, right? But they made a really nice, cool art. I honestly would I'm probably going to frame this because it is just like hideous to look at, and I love it.
It's Trench Crusade, yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. It is Trench Crusade, right? I have a Heretic Trooper literally off camera, but I love it. I love their art. I think it's fantastic. And then we have some cards, which are the campaign cards. So these are going to have, I'm guessing, just info for things as you're running your campaign. Yep.
Oh yeah. So there's some like reminder cards, like some different goals and all that. I believe you can choose different, like what you want your set of goals can be.
Yeah, we should probably play some Trench Crusade or Carcass Front. Again, it like the art in these cards. It's such a simple like supplementary thing to have for them, but they go all out for them.
One of these has its own very moody piece on it. Yeah. That's super cool.
All right, we won't show them all because otherwise I'll stand here and just gauge other art forever.
In general, we also want to leave some surprises for you guys in here, so there'll be some things we touch on, some things not so much. Yeah. Okay, so here looks like a quick start rules reference. So this is also super useful for playing, like when you're actually at the table, having like a quick little, I guess it's technically 2 pages, but basically 1 page of a thing to be like, okay, how does melee work, right?
Yeah.
Or I'm about to do a dash, let me double check how that worked. And some basic stuff around like line of sight, all that, it's all here laid out, so you can make it real easy, I think, to help play the game as you're playing. Quick start rules is always super useful.
And this is something that, like, if you're a new player, this is going to be super useful for you, because you can quickly look at it and just go, oh, this is how that movement functions or how it goes, until you get more comfortable with the game. Or if you're running a demo for a friend, just this is less intimidating than a book, right?
Yeah.
And you still get the Trench Crusade experience. You still get the full, I'm going to beat you with my demonic raiders, or I'm going to defend you with the plague. That's it. And then we have right, the campaign, the thing that is the best reason to get this box, aside from the minis and the art and just the fact that it's cool.
Other stuff.
The campaign, the scenarios in the campaign, I'm excited to try to run them and do them with some friends.
Yeah, so the really cool thing here is actually that, so there's this introductory scenario, which I believe just says you run 3 models on each side. And so there's the rules here, all the related keywords are all laid out here. And so this is a very great way to play a quick game, figure out how it works, and kind of dive in, especially if it's your first time and all of that. But there's also, I believe, much more elaborate scenarios, and then you have the linked campaign for you and a group of friends to jump in and have consequences for each of your battles as it goes on, right?
Yeah, because that is the fun part of any campaign, is you see your models kind of, or you see your soldiers start off with basically nothing, and then they progressively get more and more either beaten up, or they get stronger and stronger and stronger. And you can then look at that story and be like, I remember when this program did this thing. Oh man, it wasn't that silly, or wasn't that like defying everything.
Yeah, so speaking of that, there's
a nice
This is a lot. You can do many campaigns with this. Yeah, so these great campaign trackers of I show you all the different resources and things as you accumulate over the course of a given campaign, which I believe can go from just 4 battles all the way up to like 12. If you want to do a, I don't know, play every week for a few months kind of thing, or you just want to do like a smaller scale campaign. Like this has everything you need for again this small scenario or these bigger ones.
And then this is my personal favorite again because I'm harping on the art.
Look at that. Yeah.
I love.
Oh, is this? Okay, so we
the
have
illustration there.
This is...
You have the full Leviathan. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, that is super cool.
This way.
Yeah. Yeah, so in the lower, Leviathan is chained up under the sea, but I believe everything I've heard seems like some things about that change as you find out in this campaign. I don't know.
On the inside, I'll show Nick. You have a really, really fun, just a reminder of the campaign, everything that's kind of going, the scenarios and where they're taking place. So you can pop this out and just show your players where they're going and where they were last scenario versus this scenario and so on.
It's a whole interconnected map for the campaign,
This is the last thing that's in the box. But the rulebook is just so nice. It's so fantastic. It is a hardcover book, which is always great. You have a bunch of wonderful illustrations in there. You have all the rules that you're going to have for your models. But honestly, more importantly, from me, you have the lore of what's going on, right? You have all the information with everyone going in, what's happening, the locations that they're doing, as well as just all the stats you need, right? If you wanted to pick up more models, or you wanted to take some of the existing models and just kind of kit bash them or convert them to other things, you have all the data here, right? Because you're not limited to only having the couple of models that you get in the box. You can go out, make your own, buy your own from anyone that is officially licensed with Trench Crusade, or you can take some of the models and just kit bash them yourself, because you have references. You have what they have, you have what weapons are allowed or not allowed to carry, as well as all the stat blocks.
Yeah, in this book, I'm just looking through it now, I can already see it's quite well organized. So, like you mentioned, the kind of the lore, the context is all at the beginning, as it breaks down these different locations where some of the campaign and scenarios take place, and more information about the different war bands, what's going on. But if you've already looked at that, or you want to jump right into things, you skip past in the second half or so, it looks like the book is all the things around like warband creation and all the rules for the different weapons and the fun things you can equip your various devoted soldiers with, and then all the fun choices that you get to make, whether you're just kicking off a campaign or just doing a one-off game with a friend, or however you want to jump into things. It's like it's all here. It's all broken down for you, which is great.
There was nothing stopping you if there's one specific scenario that you want to run, that you want to do as a one-off game. You can do that. You have your deployment zones, you have your actual objectives, you have all that stuff. You can just run it. But you get more out of it if you run it in sequence, right? If you follow the campaign, if you follow those scenarios where all your actions in the previous game carry on and make the game a lot more lively.
So there's a lot of stuff to dig into for Trench Crusade that this really kicks you off for, but then you can dig as deep or as you want. I think this is just a packed box, honestly. They put a lot in here.
Oh yeah, I want to show you what my favorite piece of art that's in this book is. It's a crab holding a frag grenade.
Yep, on top of a skull.
Top of a skull.
Something terrifying. Yep. It's very triumphant crab. He's lifting that grenade up and everything.
I cannot wait till we get crab people in Trench Crusade. I think that is the only thing that's missing. I think if anyone on the Trench Crusade team can make that happen, I will buy at least one.
Wow.
At least
commitments one. Here, But you do love your crabs,
I do love
I'm
crabs.
Amazed you found some crab artwork in just a few moments of flipping through. That was impressive.
Oh yeah. I want to let you know, there is 95 pages, all of which feature some artwork, right? Like, even some that are just kind of text, there's some artwork on there. I'm amazed that I found the crab.
Yeah, that is impressive. But this book is full of art, honestly. So there's chained up sharks and all sorts of fascinating and sometimes terrifying, sometimes really cute. That crab was with his grenade.
The crab is very cute. I would have the crab. But then also you have very cool demonic art pieces of
it's riding the bomb down.
Oh yeah. all this stuff again from the Trench Crusade team is honestly phenomenal. I love the amount of care that has gone into the actual book being made, the amount of care that's gone into this lore. They have already said that there was a bunch of stuff that they have planned for the future, that, you know, they're leaving enough room so that they can develop and grow and do all this stuff. But they have a couple of things in the can, which I think is always really awesome. Anytime that I see them at conventions, they're really fun to hang out with. They love the setting that they're doing, which I think really shows when they deliver a box like this that is honestly one of the smaller boxes, but it's so packed with everything that I think it literally is like, yeah, we made it this small just so we can ship more of them faster. Because it is just phenomenal.
Yeah, very efficiently. And yeah, I mean, they had the Carcass Front stuff in their lore, you know, originally from like the Kickstarter and all that. They'd been talking about it a little bit, and then now they've expanded to some things. It's really exciting to see, like, oh, where else are they going to take different things in the future and all that. Yeah.
Absolutely. I just want crap people. I'll repeat. Crap people.
You want crap people, yeah. So that'll be, you know, so yeah, so that's the contents of the box, but yeah, we'll have future videos as we start to assemble some of these minis and start to make them up and all of that, so keep an eye out for those, as well as we'll probably do a deeper dive into some of the lore and things going on with this, if that's something you're interested in. Yeah.
Alrighty. I mean, I'm excited.
Yeah. So
there's so much stuff in this box. I am excited to just put it all together. Pre-orders are going to be up on the website. Honestly, I highly recommend that you pre-order it because they'll probably sell out. Something like this, with the amount of level of care that they put into it, the amount of just awesome stuff that they put inside, it is going to sell out. It is going to be maybe a little hard to get right away unless you've planned for it, you know. But it's real easy to meet up with a friend and just be like, hey, I take this half, you take that half, let's go. Or just do what I would like to do and just keep everything for yourself and just find other friends to play with. Cool. Well, yeah, thanks for joining us for the unboxing, y'all. This one is obviously a lot more impromptu because we do want to show you the cool stuff that's in here. Thanks a ton to the Trench Crusade team for giving us early access to the box. Bye.